Episode 8 of Analog Squad opens with Noise henchmen vandalizing Q's studio and venting their frustration on Pond, insisting he settle his debt to Noi or face dire consequences. Pond, attempting to reason with them, explains he wasn't avoiding payment but attending his mother's funeral. Unfortunately, the goons don't listen to any of his explanations. The turmoil reaches a peak until Q steps in and promises to settle the debt with full interest within 2 weeks. This quells the chaos, and the goons leave, warning them to come back in a couple of weeks. Do Pond and Q reconcile? Pond finally buries the hatchet and extends a heartfelt apology to Q for mistakenly thinking that Q never cared for him. In reality, Q has always prioritized Pond over himself. When Q urges Pond to let go of the past and return home, Pond reveals that Lily, Bong, and Keg aren't his biological family but people he hired as substitutes. Surprisingly, Grandpa Q was already aware of this. How did he find out? It turns out that Q had already read the letter Bong wrote to him a few days ago but chose to keep it to himself. With everything sorted out, the family hugs it out, understanding each other's good and not so good parts. Even if they aren't related by flesh and blood, Lily, Bong, and Keg will always be part of Pond's family. Does Keg find out about Pupi and Ruck? Pond takes Bong to the New Year countdown party and notices his mother having a conversation with Ruck. As the last year transitions into a new one, Pupi and Bong together confess to Pond that he is their son and apologize to him for not telling them any sooner. However, Keg doesn't take the news well and lashes out at Ruck, calling him a coward for abandoning him and his mother when she needed him the most. The couple tries to make Keg understand, but he leaves the party in anger. This comes as a surprise, as Keg, on many occasions, has himself accepted that it would be nice to have Ruck as his father. Ruck often listens to Ruck, tips him on how to impress women, and, most importantly, understands what's going on inside Keg's mind or what's bothering him. Now that Ruck really is his dad, Keg doesn't like it at all. However, Keg doesn't care. Ruck, he's just furious at what he did decades ago. Bong's kind words convince Keg to give Ruck another chance and accept him as his dad. Keg returns home and hugs his mother, and the latter also apologizes to him if her career as a nude model had ever made him uncomfortable. Pond responds by telling his mother not to pay any heed to others and to do what her heart desires. What happens at the end of Analog Squad? As the finale episode of Analog Squad nears its end, everything falls into place, leading to a satisfying and happy ending. Bong forgives his father for his infidelity and accepts his other son into her family. In one of the final scenes, we see Bong driving her half-brother to school. Pupi, after getting a green light from her son, also restarts her modeling career with a killer smile on her face. Keg leaves for America, promising his mother that he'll be back sooner than she knows. Thanks to Q, Pond's debt to Noi is also paid in full, bringing father and son closer than ever. Lily's operations also went well, and her entire family was there to support her, especially Grandpa Q. Pond also attends her daughter Mag's wedding with his entire family and walks her down the aisle. The episode review. Analog Squad's story is all about family, forgiveness, and surprising truths. It all starts with Noi's crew causing trouble over Pond's debt, leading to Q stepping in and promising to sort it out in 2 weeks. The episode focuses on Pond and Q's strained relationship, ending with Pond apologizing and revealing that his family isn't really his blood relatives. There's also a subplot about Keg finding his biological parents, Pupi and Ruck. The finale neatly wraps things up, showing forgiveness, fresh starts, and the strength of chosen families. With heartwarming moments and a satisfying ending, Episode 8 brings Analog Squad's story to a touching close.